What's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Ducks Dish podcast. I'm your host, Max Torres, publisher and lead editor of Ducks Digest, covering the Oregon Ducks for Sports Illustrated on Fan Nation. And I got a big guest on today's episode. We are joined by 2022 Oregon Ducks commit, Anthony Jones. Anthony, how are we doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. It's Christmas season. A lot of recruiting stuff still going on, as I'm sure you're well aware. Finally putting an end to that process.
Yes, sir.
But it's fun, man. Can't complain. And got the Ducks bowl game coming up, so it's a cool time to be covering this team. Kind of wanted to start it here with you, man. We had talked after you initially decommitted from Washington, I believe, but obviously now with the early signing period in the rearview mirror, you're going to be a Duck. So why Oregon? Why was that the school for you?
Just Oregon has always just been on me since my decommitment from Washington. Even with the coaching staff change, like Coach Cristobal, he was always on me. We had a really good connection, and I was really familiar with the program. One of our tight ends from Liberty High School that's currently at Oregon, Maliki Monteval, he's been saying a lot of good things about the program. My really close friend, Sir Meadows, has been committed to Oregon for, I think, the past 6 months. So I've been really familiar with the program. But with Dan Lanning coming in, I just think that I'll have a really good opportunity to play early in my freshman year and just get to my highest potential with him being my position coach as well.
Lots of good stuff to get to there in that answer. So kind of going to break that down as we go here. But obviously, you talk about Coach Dan Lanning, the new head guy at Oregon. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with him that you've been able to build, although it's been, I'd imagine such a short time with him taking over.
Yeah, so he definitely he gave me a call right when he got down to Eugene. He told me that I was going to be a top priority to get me because I was still stuck in the middle with Texas and Oregon. But he was on me, like he was giving me multiple calls a day, just telling me like what he'd be able to do with me. He was telling me the coaches that he was going to bring on staff. And he was just showing me the vision, or telling me the vision that he had for the program. So I was just really excited, and I kind of know his background, him coming from an SEC program and one of the top defenses in the country. It just made me excited about being able to work with him.
So he's in a real special situation, with when he got brought on, as far as that last weekend was when you guys were able to take visits, and obviously you weren't able to get out to Eugene for that, and he was just getting here and talking to media at Oregon and then taking flights back to Georgia. But it sounds like he had multiple calls with you, and he laid out that vision for the program. We're not talking to Lanning in that sense just yet. What was that vision that he kind of laid out for you as far as the future of the Oregon program?
He said he doesn't plan on he doesn't want to leave or go anywhere anytime soon. So he said he wants this spot to be his permanent job. He just wants to take the program all the way to the top. He knows what it takes. Like I said, like coming from an SEC program, he was like, we're going to bring on the staff to help you guys get to the position that we need to be in and just things like that. But he was like, we need to go win a national title. Bowl games are going to come with all that, but we all have one goal in mind, and that's to win the Natty. So,
yeah, winning that national championship has been a priority for all the Oregon coaches that are coming through here, and he's making those hires left and right, even though he's still getting ready for the playoffs, which is pretty wild to really think about. Thank God we have the technology that we do nowadays.
Yeah.
But for you, Anthony, I'm just kind of curious, with how the coaching carousel is how it is, and how it's kind of affected the sport. How did you, or I guess what gave you the confidence to commit to a coach at the time that you did, with him just getting hired, and you said you were kind of in between Oregon and Texas?
I was also just looking like at the program like as itself. With Kayvon Thibodeau leaving, they kind of have that edge position wide open. Rather at Texas, we had a lot of guys coming in and we had some guys coming back, but I was just having a talk like with my coaches here at my high school and just like seeing their opinion on everything. And I was talking to Mo about it too, and he was just like, I got a good feeling about this coach coming in and things like that. So, like I said, I can't like judge too much like on just on Coach Lanning because I haven't got to like actually meet him in person yet or get to know too much about him. But just like the program as itself, I think I'd be better in.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you said that Cristobal was really on you when he was still here, and I know that you've kind of it's been in the back of your mind. It sounds like for a while now, and things were kind of falling into place. And then with your recruitment and just you as an athlete, I kind of wanted to get your opinions on the coaching carousel because people are moving left and right all the time. You got people hitting the portal. Classes kind of changed dramatically in the blink of an eye. Just for you as a recruit, what are your thoughts on the coaching carousel and just how wild it's been this year?
You know, I think that was like my problem in the past. Like I was really basing my like college decisions based on like my relationships with coaches. But like you said, this year, like coaches are 1 minute they'll be recruiting you as hard as possible, and the next minute they'll be trying to recruit you because they're moving schools. So I was just like I said, like talking to my coaches here at my high school, and they were telling me that it's not like relationships are good to have, but it's not always going to be about the relationship because at the end of the day, that coach is going to do what's best for him and his family and his position in his life. So like coaching changes like happen all the time. So I have to like actually be comfortable with the program as itself and not just with the coaches. So I think that was also a big like part in why I picked Oregon because I think I'd be more comfortable just being there. And I know coaches are going to come and go, but hopefully like we'll be set with the coaching staff we have now.
Sounds like you're really committing to Oregon for Oregon. I know that Sir is definitely another guy that kind of strikes me like that. Byron Carwell was saying, Oregon along something along the lines of Oregon is more than just one coach. It's it's a family dynamic, a family atmosphere, and a program that looks like they're really on the verge of doing something pretty special.
Right.
Cool. And then we talked a little bit about kind of what your future projects at Oregon and kind of your role. I think when I first started learning about you as a prospect, I saw photos and videos of you on a circuit out in Miami catching passes, and then we talk a lot more about defense here. So I hear about the athlete background, but it sounds like you're looking like you might fill in that edge spot at Oregon. Is kind of what I'm kind of seeing as far as what we're talking about. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about kind of what your fit kind of looks like in Lanning's defense because it sounds like that's where he's planning to utilize you.
Yeah, like I said, I would. It was kind of like a big decision for me, like in the beginning of my recruitment, because I didn't know if I wanted to play tight end or come in and be that edge guy. But like after the season, I definitely like had that set in my mind that I was going to be a defensive guy, and you know, he was watching my film and a lot of my high school, like I would be able to drop back into coverage or come off the edge and just be like a real versatile player. And he said I'll basically just be doing the same thing that I was doing in my senior year.
Okay, so it's a pretty seamless transition, which sounds like it benefits you. And if you are coming off the edge, I mean, yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau is obviously a great example to have of someone who's thrived at your position at Oregon. And let's see what I had here. I think another part that's unique about your journey, Anthony, is a lot of these guys in the 2022 class, like yourself, you did your recruitment for the most part virtually. During the pandemic, and then this summer you kind of had that window to get onto campuses physically and kind of get a real feel of what it's like. Just kind of, this is a big question, but just take me through the recruiting process and what it was like for you commit to Washington, commit to Texas, and then now finally finding your home at Oregon.
Yeah, like you said, it was kind of hard, like just always doing Zoom calls and virtual tours and things like that because I didn't actually get the feel of the program. But once I went out, it actually took like I only had 2 official visits, but when I did go out there, it was like a blast. But my coaches were telling me like, of course they're gonna show you like the good in the program, but it's like it's not always gonna be like this. So you gotta like kind of see past that or see through all that. But it was like it was really new to me. But just like being able to get out there and like see the different programs and get to know the different coaches, that was a big thing for me. It was just I think that was a part of why I like was getting like, or I committed like really early, just like the excitement, because like you said, like I didn't have the real feel of it, and I didn't know if we were going to be able to actually have visits or not, because everything was going back and forth with like the dead period, and nobody knew like when it was going to be able to like, well, when we were going to be able to go out there and like actually see the campuses and things like that. So I think I was just kind of jumping the gun too fast, but yeah, it was really exciting.
Sounds like it was kind of an emotional roller coaster for you.
Yeah.
Obviously you have coaches in your corner and family as well. But what was it kind of like just having that support system in place, and what were you weighing when you were kind of looking at what would be important for you?
Yeah. I would. My brother-in-law, he's like really deep into like the college football scene and things like that. He like does all the research and he tells me like what to look at and things like that. But it was just really good because I didn't really know what to look for, because just coming in like in my past high school, we didn't really like focus too big like on the big programs, because there wasn't a lot of guys like going to like Power Five programs and things like that. So I was like really brand new to it, but I had a lot of mentors over here, like I said, that just like showed me the way. That actually helped me a lot, because I would kind of be lost like without them. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah. It's always nice to have people that can kind of help guide you through that process. My sister's dog just got in here. That's why the door
no, you're all
opened.
good.
Um, but yeah, no, it's good to have people in place because that's such a big decision for you to make. As a high schooler, and with all the other elements that are kind of getting brought into the scene here of college football. I kind of have one more recruiting question I wanted to ask you. It kind of builds off the coaching carousel and how the timeline seems like it's really speeding up for a lot of you guys as recruits. You ended up signing during the early signing period. I kind of just wanted to hear more about what went into that process, and it seems like there's really, from a lot of guys that I talked to, there's kind of some pressure to sign early because a majority of the guys are making that call to do it early.
Yeah, I definitely, it was a big part in signing early for me, just because I want to enroll early, just to like get used to the college feel and get used to college life and things like that. Because like playing my freshman year is really like a big part for me. So like I put in all the work, like took extra classes over summer and did all those things. So it was like I didn't come all this way just to like not sign early and just wait for it. So getting up and just like getting up to Eugene early or wherever I was gonna go was a big part. Just like also getting a semester in college, like for class wise, was definitely a big thing for me as well.
Yeah, because I know Mo did that. Terrence, another tight end, did that, and they both played a lot this 2021 season. So you can see the benefits really kind of showing up early for guys like that. And it sounds like
Right.
it'll be a similar deal with you. Um, and then I wanted to talk about this class of 2022. Obviously, unique situation with Oregon and their class with all the timing, like we've talked about. But wanted to talk about Sir as well. Your guys' relationship and kind of your thoughts on the group of guys that are going to be joining you at Oregon as of right now.
Yeah, like right after this interview, I'm actually gonna go hang out with Sir. We're about to go get some working on the field, but yeah, Sir and I, since I moved over here, like his house is like literally like 3 minutes from mine, so we're always with each other. But like we're really close. He's been on me like nonstop about like coming to Eugene and things like that. And I could tell like when I was always over at his house and things like that, he would always be on FaceTime with other recruits and things like that. So like they really already had like that tight bond. And I was like, okay, like that's nice. I'm in the group chat and things like that. I haven't had a chance to like talk to a lot of the recruits and things like that, but we like texted back and forth and they were just happy to have me on board. But yeah, yeah, I'm really close with Sir. That's my guy.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys got some big time defensive linemen coming in with you and Sir, and then as well as Ben Roberts out of Utah. I know he's another big body that the staff's got to be excited about.
Yes, sir.
Um, as we kind of start to wind down a little bit here, Anthony, I think one thing that's really cool that I've kind of learned about the recruiting process and in my years covering it, feels like Nevada is a state, their stock just keeps going up and up and up. You got Darnell Washington at Georgia. He's a really big name that I know about. And you got Cyrus Moss, who's another big time Nevada guy. I've talked to him extensively. Just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the Nevada high school football scene and kind of the talent that state has to offer to college football?
Yeah, I think it kind of started off like with Tate Martell and like Brevin Jordan and everybody like we're out here. But yeah, Vegas has definitely been kind of slept on in the football world. But like you said, like we keep getting like a lot of good players. We get a lot of transfers into the state. Um, but I just think that like we can't overlook like everybody because there's always going to be good kids in every state. But we have a lot of hardworking guys out here, like you said. Like I know Cyrus, I know Zion, Zach, I know all those guys. We definitely like have a lot of work ethic, just like anybody else, like from California, Texas, things like that. We just might not have as many powerhouses because we don't have as many schools like as other states do. But yeah, like we definitely have some guys out here, and we're definitely gonna like always have like some guys. Like we have younger guys that are coming in. They're gonna step up, and you're gonna be hearing their names pretty soon too.
Yeah, not a state to overlook when coaches are out there on the trail looking for some of their next future stars. Anthony, you talked about going through the high school process. You said I didn't do all this to not sign early. I didn't work my tail off to not get to this point. What have you kind of learned about yourself as a person and as an athlete going through your high school journey? And then having COVID come up in the middle of it, because that's an experience that not a lot of people are going to be able to say they had.
Right, right. No, it was definitely for me it was a wake up call because the program that I was in, like I was playing linebacker at 190 pounds. So it was like nobody's gonna really look at me in that kind of aspect. So I really did take that time and I learned about myself that I have like work ethic and I can like tell myself that I need to keep pushing until like I get to where I want to be and I'm not even there yet. But I just took like that time over COVID and just worked out every day, trained every day, like was on a meal plan, doing all the things that I needed to do to be to where I am today. But just like going through high school, like I said, I've talked to a lot of mentors, a lot of older brothers, things like that, like a lot of good people in my life, and they told me like they see something in me in there. So I had to just believe in myself and just keep going through the process, trust myself, believe in God, things like that, to just get to where I am today. So
I love that. Yeah, you got to have faith in yourself. You're betting on yourself to get through the adversity, and clearly it's paid off. Getting to this moment of committing to Oregon, and sounds like you're going to be in Eugene next month. Is that right?
yes, sir, I'll be up there on the first.
All right, right on. Not wasting any time. Got two more for you, man. I think everyone kind of knows if you're going to play college football, you're a big time talent, and that you really want it. But I think just as a competitor, I kind of wanted to go inside your head a little bit. What are you like as a competitor? What's your favorite part about competing? That whole process.
Well, definitely going into the college world, everybody that, like you said, everybody that's made it that far is definitely like a special talent and have it. They all have different work ethics, but I just, I think that was a big part in like Coach Dan Lanning because I know he's going to get me to my potential because if I don't go in there and I'm not ready to play, then I'm just gonna be more frustrated on myself because like I'm not gonna be making the plays that I should be able to make. But no, I'm definitely a real competitive guy. Like I'm definitely different off the field than I am on the field, and that's a question you could ask Sir. Like it's just that switch for me. I don't like to lose, so I'm definitely gonna give it up my all, like 110% every play. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like the Ducks got a good one, a big competitor and, a versatile athlete, which is always going to be great for any team. And certainly sounds like Dan Lanning has some big plans in store for you. Before we get you out of here, Anthony, want to give you a chance to plug, social medias or wherever people can find more of you, because I know that's important for you guys to grow the following and all that.
Yeah, my Instagram is Anthony Jones, two Y's at the end of my name and two S's at the end of my last name. Twitter is Anthony Jones 015. So basically just my name, but yeah, I appreciate you for that.
For sure, man. All right. Oregon 2022 commit Anthony Jones joining the show here on the Ducks Dish podcast. Big thank you to Anthony for joining the show. If you guys want to find more of me, you can find me on Twitter at mtorresports, and also go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Oregon Football Max Torres. That'll do it for this episode of the Ducks Dish podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.